Okay guys, let us look at the next batch of the 8 mission challenges. The Rolling Stone here. First one is a pass challenge with the SLR McLaren on the Nordschleife. Second one a race with the R35 NISMO on Tokyo. Third one is an acceleration test. The first one, where you have to use your own car actually. The fourth one is the next economy fuel challenge with the Ford, SVT. Here, this one. The next one is a drift mission with the Mustang Group 4 car. The one after that is a pass or overtake session again on Daytona with the Group 3 Corvette. Next one's again a slipstream challenge with the RUF CTR3, which is extremely quick. And the last one is once again a one-lap magic in the Le Mans winning legendary Mazda 787B Wankel engine car, which is pretty neat. So yeah, let's start here with the first one on the Nordschleife with this SLR. Again, I was barely slower than Wilma, but couldn't quite beat him. I could have tried a few times more, but I didn't want to. So that was my first gold run. Definitely not my first try. I did need quite a few tries here, I gotta admit. A very tough challenge actually. This might be actually the toughest overtaking pass challenge, mission challenge of them all. If I think about it that way, yeah, it probably is. It's really tough. The car is pretty difficult to control here, especially for this entire section. So guys, well, try to take my lines, my gears, my speed. Try to overtake where I did, and you will be fine. Just be careful with the throttle, with the steering input, even the braking input as well. And you will certainly need a few tries. There's barely anyone who did it on first try, especially with the more complex, difficult physics of GT7. And well, this is why I also incorporated here again, as in some other challenges, the cockpit view, so you can see the steering wheel input, like I always do in the drift challenges. I guess it makes sense, you know. And here possibly as well. I mean, just a little bit more info for you, just so that you can imagine a little bit more how much and how often of steering input is needed. You know, sometimes you gotta, jerk the wheel around to the left, to the right, just to keep the car stable, like here, especially, and here again. All the time is very difficult to control the car, very difficult to keep it in a straight line. But once you do it, it feels good. So, excuse me, this challenge difficulty-wise, I would rank at a possibly 9 out of 10. Maybe at least 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, I think it's more difficult than a normal 8 out of 10 if you want so. So it's fairly difficult. But the good thing is it's a very short challenge, so you can try again and again and improve every time, you know. And eventually you will do it. If I can do it, you can do it as well. Yeah, pretty little neat challenge there. And the next one in the R35 NISMO on Tokyo. Quite a deja vu if we think about it. My time here decent, again, nothing too special. That was my first gold run, if I'm not mistaken. The deja vu because we've driven exactly this car on, I believe, exactly this track, or a very, very similar track in the last 8 mission challenges, in the last batch of the mission challenges. Beyond the Horizon, right? Yeah. So here we're taking the R8, here the M4. Then the first one we had to overtake all the other Godzillas, the older ones, R34, 33, 32. And here in this race, we are overtaking basically all sports and supercars from around the world. You know, Japanese pride here with the R35 on Tokyo. I did fast forward this race in a few instances because it's quite long, you know, it's 3 laps, and the race itself wasn't that extremely exciting or anything, and not really difficult as well. I mean, well, let's just talk about the difficulty, and I again touched the wall like in every challenge on that spot. But back to the difficulty level, I would rank it as at a I guess 6 out of 10 makes sense. Maybe 7 out of 10, but I would rather say 6 out of 10, because you can actually win this challenge rather easily, relatively easily, I would say, in 2 laps. You can absolutely win it in 2 laps. Pretty cool. Going into the tunnel in the night and going out of the tunnel when it's already day. So here's a change of time, change of day or daytime in this challenge, which is pretty cool. So here my braking point was actually rather decent, I would say. The next, I fast forwarded again quite a bit to the next car we know that I will overtake from here on. And here I just let the car normally run for a bit, just to see how difficult the guys at the front are actually to catch on a straight. At least they are really quick. I mean, obviously it's the Ford GT from 2006, right? Yes. And the Lamborghini Diablo GT from 99 or 2000? 99, no, 2000. I don't know, it doesn't matter really that much, does it? Just 1 year difference. Would be cool if the Carrera GT, Porsche Carrera GT would be at the front as well. Diablo GT, Carrera GT and Ford GT would be a nice triple, but as you can see here, I barely keep up in the slipstream, and this is only here I can catch up, and only to the Lambo, not to the Ford. The Ford is a real beast, and I'm just out-braked him here, and well, already first place. So here I will fast forward very quickly. But what you could also have seen, as I did, is that the Diablo was certainly above 309 km/h. Why am I saying this? Because in GT5 and 6 and Sport, it had this weird gear ratios where it would top out at 309 or 315 km/h at max, which doesn't make sense, because in real life it has what? Anything between 330 and 340 top speed. So I don't know why they messed it up in the later games, and here it seems to be higher. I'm quite excited to try it out the first time for myself in this game here in GT7 and see what its actual top speed in this game is, as the AI never quite reaches it, I believe. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Polyphony got it right this time around. I did leave the entire replay here just for the purpose of, you know, the beauty of the cars. There are a lot of beautiful cars, a lot of beautiful scenery in this challenge, and as most of my viewers, regular viewers of my channel will know, I kind of appreciate these type of things, you know. When there is a beautiful field of cars in any game, especially with good graphics like GT has them, and just, well, the best replays in the business, as always. There I was scrapping the wall again. I like to take a look at them, and to marvel at the cars, you know, at the scenery, at the graphics, at the sounds of the cars. So I like that type of thing, and I thought you would enjoy it as well. And if not, please, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, you can use the timestamps in the comment section and in the description, of course. So yeah, that you are not forced to either watch this or skip it, fast forward on YouTube. You can conveniently use the timestamps and get to the challenge you need. Oh, this is a beautiful picture, overtaking the F430, which I love so much. What a great car. Now overtaking the Jag, again going into the tunnel during the night and coming out of it during the morning hours. So cool, with the sunrise in the background. Just looks amazing. I love this game when it comes to that at least. I love a lot of things about this game, and it does a lot of things better in the GT Sport and even some of the older better titles. But then again, there are still quite a few things it really does not do well at all. And I guess the worst thing about this game is, it's definitely the economy of this game. It's a complete rip-off. It's tailored to, what is it called, MTX? Am I right? Well, I mean, basically getting content in the game through real money. The game is structured that way that if you want to possess all the cars, are almost forced to use real money or to grind literally, I think, at least 1,000 hours. That's like a realistic estimate. Possibly multiple thousands of hours just to have, and I mean the best races, that give you the most credits, not the average races, just to be able to buy all cars. And if you would have to buy all cars in the game with real money, I did the calculations, you would realistically pay anything between 7 and 10, and I believe 10 is actually more realistic, $10,000, real dollars or euros. And because Gran Turismo in this game is supposed to be all about car collection, like the car PG genre, so to say, right? The Pokemon of car games, or whatever, you know what I mean? That's definitely an absolute no-go. Like, you cannot develop an economy for such a game that way, and expect it to be seen as fair. What awesome scenes here at over 330 km/h, overtaking a Diablo GT. Awesome, I love it. Just looks so amazing. Yeah, it was a bit quite harsh to the 4GT there, but it still stayed in second place. Poor guy. Well, yeah, anyway, so the economy situation is quite messed up, and they need to change it in the future, They will introduce cars via DLC, which we'll get for free, quote unquote, for free, for which we will have still to grind a lot, at least partially, for some of them, or pay a lot of money for these cars, real money, I mean. And then they will probably also release some DLC packages that will cost real money anyway. But then again, there you will at least have the cars immediately in your garage and will be able to use them. So that will be a benefit, but I'm not very keen on paying any real money. I bought this version of GT7 for 100 euros and got like a measly GIRs tuned, and what was that? £1 million or something, or 100,000 only? It's ridiculous. Like 100 euros for a new game, and then they are expecting you fork out basically a few $1,000 or euros, real euros, just to have all cars in the game, or slave away hundreds, at least hundreds, realistically, well, I don't know, 2,000 hours of your life, or let's say 1,000 or 800 hours of your life just to get all the cars. That's just ridiculous. I mean, I don't know what they were smoking, but they gotta stop, So yeah, next challenge is the very first acceleration drag race challenge, 400 meters against the Tune TT all-wheel drive. Yes, I did it in a Veyron, a stock Veyron on sports hired tires, the stock tires. And yeah, the poor Audi really does not have, you know, the slightest chance. It's just a complete massacre here. The Veyron is a great dragster, obviously. It has all-wheel drive and 1000 horsepower, even if it's heavy. Now look at it from behind. I literally leave it in the dust or in the smoke. I smoke it. Yeah, I smoked it. So, yeah, the Veyron is a very good car for here. You can win the Veyron in the... Whoa, don't let me lie. In the license tests, right? In some of the license tests. I don't know if it was gold or bronze. You can look up online, and you can very successfully use it in the drag races and the mission challenges. I can advise you doing that. So here I was rather decent, or maybe not even average in this challenge. I mean, I was happy I did gold, so I was satisfied. Well, again, try to replicate my steering input and my lines. I fast forwarded it here as well. I mean, it's boring. By the way, the Tokyo race was, I believe I already said, something like a 4 out of 10, 5 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10, rather 5, 4 out of 10, I would say, yeah. And the acceleration race, if you have the Veyron, well, that's like a 0 out of 10 or 8, I mean 1 out of 10. It's, I mean, you push throttle and you win. There's nothing more to that. And you don't even need such an incredibly fast car. This challenge here, though, yeah, I mean, it does make you think a little bit. You need to be a little bit more tactical, but it's still much easier than the first fuel economy challenge. This one right here I would rank at 7 out of 10, maybe. And now for the next one on Daytona in the Mustang Gr.3, the drift challenge of this batch of mission challenges. 3,700 for gold. I did slightly above 4,000, almost 4.1 thousand. Yeah, you can obviously do a lot better than I did, but I guess it was a decent run. Not the most clean or beautiful run, definitely, you know. It was very messy at the end here, as you can see. But yeah, efficient enough. It worked. It worked well enough. Here again, the cockpit view, as always, to see some of the steering input, which was quite extreme here in this challenge. I wanted to get more points, but here it wasn't possible anymore. And now from the outside as well, just because it looks pretty cool. They have these new smoke effects, which they've done pretty well. Definitely not the best in the industry or anything, but I mean, it works well enough. There's a lot of it. So, okay. I still dream of the first console that has a custom chip for particle effects like smoke. You know, where it can really flex its muscles so you can have literally realistic smoke that you can like drive through and push to the side and stuff. Would be so awesome for a Gran Turismo. Could do amazing donuts and well drift sessions like we've just seen. So yeah, maybe we'll get something like that in the future. Who knows? This challenge here, an overtaking challenge or pass challenge, overtaking challenge, I guess this is what it would be called in your English, American, Australian, New Zealandian, British versions, whatever. With the Gr.3 Corvette, yeah, on Daytona, almost the entire track, or at least half of it or something, right? Around half of it. Overtaking other modern American muscle cars. Pretty fun challenge. Not really challenging. Again, though, not really difficult to win. I guess I would rank it at a 5 out of 10, maybe, you know. Yeah, average. You still need to be a little bit more careful with the throttle with this car if you are not using any traction control like I am doing or not doing. Other than that, yeah, it's really easy. You can do it a lot better than I did, by the way. It was not even a decent run, but yeah, doesn't matter to me. I got gold, so it's fine. 120, 215, that's okay. Again on Daytona, but this time in the German RUF CTR3 07. It's not RUF, it's RUF. And I reached 345, second place. The other guy reached actually 347. That was a nice run. I took my first gold run, as always. I was happy enough with that, especially when I actually got 5 km more than was needed. And by the way, this is definitely by far the easiest slipstream challenge of all mission challenges of the first 6 batches of them that are in the game right now. Yeah, there we go, 345, easy. Pretty easy challenge. I guess that's like a 3 out of 10 or 2 out of 10. Yeah. And now for the last challenge of this batch of the mission challenges, which are called, what is it here? Rolling Stone, yes. This is the one lap magic in the Le Mans winning Mazda 787B. I cut out again the waiting time, which was rather long here. And now we're hunting down all the other Mazdas, all the other Wankel engines. If all of them have them, no, I don't think all of them, but the RX models have them. The RX-7 and RX-8 models. Here on Trial Mountain, here overtaking the RX-7 2002 with the Wankel engine as well. I kinda grew to like this version of Trial Mountain. It's still not really great compared to the old ones. I think here the RX-8 2012 model, as you could see above the car. But they have still done a good job, and it's really fun to race. And I actually needed 2 or 3 tries, I believe 2. I was far too careful in the first try. The car can really be floored here. The old RX-7 also with the Wankel engine. You can really floor the car here, and here reaching over 330 km. It's awesome. A lot of fun. The Atenza 15, my father has the normal version of it, you know, not the sports version like in the game. Good car. In real life as well, actually, yeah. And in GT Sport it was on the Nordschleife just as fast as is the car you see now in the front. And the Roadster 15, yes, at least in GT Sport it was basically just as quick around the Nordschleife. Almost lost there my 787B. Now here the last corner, I don't like how they've done this. It's really annoying. Just too slow, too clunky. And now on the straightaway you just floor it. Okay guys, we got over a minute left. And I can tell you why. Now I know why. Yeah, I edited in the replay as well, of course. Yeah, it was a pretty beautiful challenge, I think. Kind of in the morning hours in Trial Mountain, with the mist, you know, in the air. The beautiful 787B screaming with its Wankel engine through the forests of what was that? No, Trial Mountain was actually in America, right? Not in Switzerland. The Forest Raceway was in Switzerland. So through the mountains and forests of anywhere or somewhere in the USA. Yeah, it looks kind of beautiful, I think. It does. It sounds pretty lovely as well. Obviously they did not get the sound quite right. The sound is still somewhat lacking in this game, but yeah, I guess it's actually the best engine sounds Gran Turismo ever had, so that's an advancement in this direction, which is good. As long as they keep advancing, improving with every game, they will rather soon reach a not only acceptable but possibly exceptional level of engine sound quality. I mean, so yeah, okay, I guess we can be excited for the next Gran Turismo. Maybe they'll improve even more. Now going down here, screaming. And on the last meters, yes, we got only, what, 10 seconds left. Guys, as always, I hope you enjoyed. I hope that was a little help for any of you, some of you. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.